Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Just heard this story just now. So I got a topic. I got a story I want to get into real quick. So I can't even believe it's true. But actually, someone sent it to me on someone sent it to us, excuse me, on Instagram. And just been busy today. So just got back and I checked my phone and I saw this news. So we had already published something on the channel today. So I'm gonna wait about 2 minutes to allow everybody to come on into this live. And I'm gonna give you guys my raw opinion on this because I can't even believe this is possible. This story is even true. So I'm gonna wait for like 2 minutes. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? I see we got a look like a Brooklyn Net fan. Kip, Nave, what's good? I'm gonna wait for like another minute and a half and we're gonna get it going because I want to give my thoughts on this story. We had no intention of doing a live, but somebody sent this to me on Instagram. I think his name is Just Get It, sent it to us or Go Get It. Edwin was good. So I appreciate that. Appreciate that. So I want to give my take on this Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant turning down that trade that was broken by Stephen A. Smith on ESPN First Take today. So I'm gonna wait for like another minute and a half. Let some people check into this live. We're not gonna be on here for too long. It's pretty late where I am, so I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on this because I can't even believe it's true. I can't even believe it's true. What's good, B Skrills? How you doing? Notice how everyone hates and downplays Kyrie. It's especially a LeBron fan. How's it going? Hey, good to see you. So let's just wait like another 30 seconds and we're gonna get it going. Also, make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. We're gonna be on here for a quick minute. I'm gonna say I'm gonna let you guys know what's good. New York all day, BK was good. That's what's good. What's good? Ben Simmons on the Nets would be crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna just give you guys my opinion because I couldn't even believe what I just heard. So let's give it about another 15 seconds and we're gonna get it started. And then whoever catches up to this live will catch up to it. So let's give it about another 10 seconds and we'll get it started. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing our best. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you so much for that. But I just want to get my thoughts on that. All right, so we're gonna start right now. So just make sure you hit the like button, guys, and let's get into it. So basically, I just got home. I was out just with some family or whatever it was, and I checked I checked the Instagram, right? And somebody on Instagram messaged us and he sent us a clip. His name is Just Get It. I didn't I don't remember the name properly anyway. So he's like, yo, check out this clip. I click on the link that he sent me to YouTube. In that link, it showed Stephen A. Smith on ESPN First Take today. And he was talking to Kendrick Perkins, and they were discussing the whole Ben Simmons situation with Doc Rivers and all of these different things. In that, he broke some news. He said, "Do you remember a few days ago when people were hearing all of these all of these Ben Simmons trade proposals with Portland, all of these different places, and you heard all of these different things?" He said, "I got some breaking news." He said it turned out that Sean Marks. Now, who is Sean Marks? Sean Marks is a former basketball player. He's a former basketball player who is currently, I think, the team president or the GM he's the GM, the Brooklyn Nets GM, right? He's from New Zealand, American, all of these different things. And apparently, Sean Marks, right, the Brooklyn Nets GM, tried to pull off a trade for Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving, right? That's what Stephen A. Smith said. He said that's the trade he tried to pull off. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you guys doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate that. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Appreciate that. I'm just talking about this news about Ben Simmons and possible Kyrie Irving. So he said that. And then he said that Kevin Durant got wind of that proposal. And Kevin Durant basically told Sean Marks and the Brooklyn Nets to basically go kick rocks. He told them, just forget about that trade. If you guys are thinking of pulling off that trade, whatever you guys were planning to do, just forget about it altogether. Just throw that in the can, throw that in the garbage. That trade is out of here. They're not going to do that trade. And then Stephen A. Smith also gave his opinion as he thought that if the Brooklyn Nets were able to get Ben Simmons, he thought that they would definitely win the championship. So I want to talk about the first part. Okay, is it G Fantasy? I think it's probably you. I think it's you. I'm not sure, but I got to check. If it's you, appreciate that. So I want to talk about the first part of the proposal and what Kevin Durant said. First of all, I don't know what the Brooklyn Nets were thinking about in the front office. But first of all, Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving, I don't see it. Now, let me say this. I think the only reason that the Brooklyn Nets, the only reason I can think of that they will possibly entertain such a swap is because Kyrie Irving last season, as y'all know, we did some videos on it, has this thing where sometimes he doesn't show up to basketball games. Sometimes he doesn't come to work. Sometimes he may be a little bit aloof, right? Kyrie may not just show up for like 2 weeks. I think at one point last season, he didn't show up for 2 weeks at a time or 2 weeks or something because he needed a break or whatever it was. And I think a lot of people in that Nets organization probably feel as if that Kyrie Irving is a little bit unstable, right? Unstable unstable in terms of his availability, not his game. Because whenever Kyrie Irving played, he's one of the best players in the world, one of the most electrifying players. And we talked about how Kyrie Irving last season had a 50-40-90 season in one of our previous videos, and we forgot to mention Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki is there. I apologize for that. It's Larry Bird did it twice. Stephen Curry did it. I'm talking about 50-40-90. Stephen Curry, Larry Bird, Steve Nash, Kyrie Irving, and Dirk Nowitzki. These are the players I believe that have averaged 50-40-90, shooting 50% from the field, 40% from the three, 90% from the free throw line in the regular season. So I forgot to mention Dirk, but Dirk is definitely on that list. Hey, how you guys doing? Make sure let's try to get the likes to 100 likes, guys. Appreciate that. Anyway, so maybe that's what the Brooklyn Nets were looking at. Like maybe Kyrie Irving may not, you never know. He may just decide that one day he doesn't want to show up, whatever it is, right? Maybe that's the thing that they're looking at. But from some of the reporting that I heard from Chris Broussard a few days ago, he said that Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant were leading practices in LA, prepping up for the season that the team was practicing together. So I was like, why would this even be a thing? And that's why Kyrie Irving and what's his name? Kyrie Irving and Nick Wright had this back and forth on TV, where Nick Wright basically came out and said that Kyrie's representatives made it clear that if you trade him, he will retire. And Kyrie basically said, basically he called him a puppet. Now, here's my thoughts. Let's talk about this proposal first of all. I think that the Brooklyn Nets, I said it all through last season, not in the beginning of when they got James Harden, because I had some question marks around my head, but I think towards All-Star weekend and after All-Star weekend, even though I was supporting the Clippers, even as a Clipper fan, even as a Kawhi fan, it was clear to me that I thought that the Brooklyn Nets were the scariest team in the NBA. I thought that if it was just Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, I thought the Clippers had a chance to beat them. But with that trio, and you saw it when they played each other for the first time, the Clippers played them close. But in the last 3 minutes, 2 minutes, the Nets just their big three came back and came out and hit like 7 straight field goals. And I threw my hand up in the sky and I said, I like the Clippers, but I just don't see them beating this team. I don't know how they're going to do it. So as a Clipper fan, a Kawhi Leonard fan, I admitted as much. Like the writing was on the wall. Brooklyn was too good because I saw what Kyrie Irving and James Harden can do. They have the only trio in the NBA that you cannot double team. You have to play them one-on-one, and each one of those guys can hit you up literally for 45 or 50 points on any given night. I want y'all to think about this. If you guys remember, y'all remember when what is it? When Kevin Durant had the foot issue during the regular season last season? Do y'all remember when it was just James Harden and Kyrie Irving? How they were beating the brakes off of everybody? Was good for NY. Y'all realize that? They beat the Lakers, they beat the Clippers. It was like this team seemed unbeatable. So the proposal to remove a player like Kyrie Irving off that roster, to me, I just think weakens that team. But for the person y'all want to switch him out for in Ben Simmons, I really don't understand what the Nets would be trying to do. Like, I don't understand what they're trying to accomplish. I don't understand. Here's why. Here's why. Okay, somebody just said it. Zay Buck said it. Harden and Kyrie went 16-3. I want y'all to think about that. They were beaten down teams in the West. They beat the Lakers, they beat the Clippers. I mean, it was scary. Literally, what James Harden said, it was scary hours. It was scary hours with that team. So you want to remove that, you want to remove Kyrie Irving for a player in Ben Simmons that is a known offensive liability. So my question to people who think, make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Let's try to get it to 100 likes. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Anyway, what would happen in a scenario if, let's say, Brooklyn was able to get Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving, okay? And let's say that one of the Brooklyn Nets stars got injured or suffered an injury, and the only available people was either Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons. You think Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant are going to win the Eastern Conference against the Milwaukee Bucks, the Miami Heat, and these teams? Ben Simmons, non-shooting Ben Simmons, is the person you're going to pair alongside Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving or James Harden and expect to go win the NBA championship if one of their players get injured. When you have a Kyrie on your team, you have an insurance policy. You have one of the most lethal offensive weapons, clutch players in the NBA, and you're considering trading that away. So first thing, I want to talk about what Kevin Durant did. Basically, according to Stephen A. Smith, Kevin Durant said, hell no. Now, here's the reason why I think he said hell no. The first reason is, help me understand something. Help me understand something. Who signed first to the Brooklyn Nets? Was it Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant? Who signed first to the Brooklyn Nets? Before this trio, what was the order? Wasn't it Kyrie Irving? Wasn't Kyrie Irving the first person to sign to the Brooklyn Nets, if I'm not mistaken? It was Kyrie Irving. So the whole reason the Brooklyn Nets got Kevin Durant was because of Kyrie. Kyrie was the best friend or close friends with KD. Kyrie convinced Kevin Durant to come to Brooklyn. Then Kevin Durant comes to Brooklyn to play with his best friend, and people thought that KD was just going to sit back and let them trade away his best friend or one of his close friends for Ben Simmons? For Ben Simmons, non-shooting Ben Simmons. So I think the first reason Kevin Durant said hell no, he's like, this is my boy. There's no way I'm going to let you dudes trade away my close friend. That's number one. Number two, Kevin Durant knows what everybody else knows. You can't win a championship with Ben Simmons, somebody that's not willing to shoot. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. And I thought that when Nick Wright was making this proposal, I thought he was trying to weaken the Nets. So when Stephen A. Smith said that he believes that if the Brooklyn Nets were to trade away Kyrie Irving for Ben Simmons, they would definitely win the NBA championship. My question is Stephen A. Smith talking basketball or is he talking hype? Because to me, it just sounded like a bunch of hype. It did not sound like basketball analysis to me. Help me understand how a person that is a career 50% free throw shooter in the playoffs, a career 0% three-point shooter in the playoffs, who just finished averaging 14 or 12 points it was, or 14 points in the playoffs, or 12 points, whatever it was, who I think only took like, 4 field goals in like 4 straight fourth quarters. Help me understand how all of a sudden you feel as if you're going to add a dude like this to your team, and now all of a sudden you're definitely going to win the NBA championship. What will make you feel that? People were talking about the Brooklyn Nets needed to improve their defense. The elephant in the room is this, ladies and gentlemen, about the Brooklyn Nets. This is the elephant in the room. They cannot be guarded. KD and Kyrie together last season both almost had damn near 50, 40, 90 seasons on the same team. They had 3 players, I believe. Let me pull up James Harden's stats right here. I think James Harden, I think they had 3 players. Let me pull up his stats. Okay. They had 3 players that basically averaged 25 points per game last season. 3. Kyrie Irving last season with the Brooklyn Nets averaged 27 points. James Harden averaged 24.6. If I look at Kevin Durant with the Brooklyn Nets averaged 27. There's no team in the NBA that could say they could do that. So you're going to take Kyrie off that team, bring Ben Simmons in, a dude that was averaging. What was Ben Simmons averaging last season in the regular season? 14.3 points per game. He shot 30% from the three. He only attempted 0.2, 61% from the free throw line. And all of a sudden, you feel as if they will definitely win the championship. How? 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 Why? Like, okay, that's the first thing. Another thing I want to say is this. Why does it seem as if maybe it's just me? Maybe it's just me. Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna check out some more of your comments as we go on. Why does it seem like to me everybody's trying to find a way to stop Brooklyn from winning the championship? Now I know people are like, oh, it's Brooklyn, LA, Brooklyn, but why is there all of this talk around the Brooklyn Nets? Help me understand. I'm beginning to understand why Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving hate certain people in the media. I'm beginning to understand it. These dudes are there minding their business. They're minding their business. They're preparing for the season. And you got one story after the other coming about the Brooklyn Nets. Why can't the Brooklyn Nets just live? Number one. Number two, what's going on with this Kyrie thing, man? Like, what did Kyrie Irving do to people in the NBA? What did Kyrie Irving do? Okay, fine. He thinks the earth is flat. Fine. To be quite honest with you, I don't care. If Kyrie Irving thinks the earth is flat, I don't care. It has nothing to do with basketball. It has nothing to do with the things he's doing on the court. So if he has that type of opinion outside of basketball, number one, why can't he have that opinion if that's the opinion he wants to have? I don't care. People are talking about, oh, it's an irresponsible thing to say that you feel like the earth is flat because people are listening to you. First of all, are you telling me this guy's not he's not allowed to have his opinion? Do I agree with him? No, but why do I care? Why do I care? Number one. Number two, Kyrie Irving does a lot of great things for people. I think he built was it a plant somewhere or he gave water to 1,000 people somewhere. I forgot where it was. The guy's doing great things for people. Is he perfect? No. He is actually a human being. The people that seem perfect to you, the people that seem very guarded, the people that everything seems calculated are usually the people with the most to hide. The people that seem perfect are the people that usually have the most to hide. Kyrie's just there minding his business. What did Kyrie Irving do? How is it all of a sudden that we got a dude like Ben Simmons that cannot shoot, that will not shoot, afraid to shoot, that's acting like a baby, and all of a sudden we're comparing him to an NBA champion, Kyrie Irving, one of the most talented basketball players, skillful basketball players ever to play basketball, and this the dude we comparing him to? What did Kyrie Irving do to people? What did he do to people? And number three, why would Sean Marks try to make a trade like that? I'm trying to understand what were they trying apart. And for me, it may be because they think Kyrie may just one day stand up and say, I'm not going to play basketball anymore. Probably. But I don't think Kyrie would do that. So to me, I don't understand it. I don't understand how Kyrie Irving gets brought up in a lot of this. And in the past, I've had some issues with Kyrie Irving. We said it early in the season. I said I didn't like the fact that he was calling people, simpletons or whatever it was. I didn't like that. But at the same time, the guy's just there minding his business. And I still don't understand why people would think Ben Simmons to the Brooklyn Nets makes them a better team. I don't understand that. It just seems like a bunch of sabotage to me. I don't understand that. Let me go through some of your Your comments: Kyrie Irving is a champion. Ben is not. The Nets should have kept Jared Allen. Yeah, he was a super talented young center, defensive player. He was a super talented piece. I agree with you. People hate on Paul George for underperforming, but at least he lets his game speak for itself and redeem himself. That's a good point. Let me just check out some more of your comments here. Okay. All right. So yeah. So to me, this is the news that I broke, and I want to thank the person. I forgot your name. He said it in here earlier. Thank you for sending me that. But I'm so happy that Kevin Durant turned that down. Kevin Durant probably heard that news and called him up, and he was like, "Yo, what the f are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing right now?" The Brooklyn Nets had the entire NBA shook last season. Shook. Somebody put the stat here earlier. He said they went 16-3 with just Kyrie and Harden. Y'all remember what they were doing to the Western Conference? They were beating the brakes off of teams. The Brooklyn Nets had such a great record against teams that were plus above 500. It wasn't even funny. They beat the Lakers, they beat the Clippers. I think they beat the Sixers. Like it was scary. It was scary, and now they want to remove Kyrie. It just sounds like a bunch of sabotage to me. Number one, number two, I don't know what Stephen A. Smith is talking about. That did not sound like any basketball analysis to me. It sounded like a bunch of hype. I don't understand what people are talking about Ben Simmons and Kyrie, or I don't see. And some people have said, no. The reason, make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Let's try to get the likes to 150 likes. Would appreciate that. And the other thing I also want to say, I don't understand how people are talking about, what is it? Ben Simmons, once he changes locations, then things will develop. He needs to get to a different location. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I don't see it. I personally don't see it. Kyrie Irving, the only liability he could be, somebody just said he could be a liability, may be that he may just stop playing basketball, number one. But you know what you're going to get on the court when he's playing. Ben Simmons, he can play all 82 games, and I know exactly what I'm going to get. I'm going to get pretty much the same thing I've been getting for the last 4 years, which is no development, a lot of finger pointing, no buckets, no playoff clutchness, no free throw shooting, no threat on the floor. That's what we're going to get. So these are my thoughts on this. But I just don't understand. Kyrie Irving said he would retire. No, that's what Nick Wright said. Nick Wright said he would retire. I didn't hear Kyrie Irving say that. I bet Tyronn Lue could bring the best out of Ben Simmons. Yeah, I don't think Ben Simmons would vibe with a coach like Tyronn Lue. I just don't think he would. I don't think he would. I think Ty Lue is a little bit too gully for him, man. I think he's a little bit too gully for him. I think he's a little bit too. I think the type of energy that Tyronn Lue gives off, I don't think he would vibe with that because Ty Lue would just bench you, and he would just tell you exactly what it is. So that's just me. Somebody say Kyrie act like, okay, I'm not gonna read your comment. Anyway, so these are my thoughts and opinions on this, man. I'm happy that Kevin Durant turned down that trade and saved the Brooklyn Nets because I still think the Brooklyn Nets are going to win the championship if they're healthy. And shout out to Kevin Durant for doing that because it was a smart thing to do. So these are my thoughts on this, man. Make sure you guys follow us. Also, if you guys, like I said, we got this information on Instagram. So if you guys want to be sending us messages and updates, I'm gonna post our Instagram link right here. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. We definitely respond to some of your messages when you message us. So make sure you check us out on Instagram. Anyway, thank you guys for being a part of this live, man. And we'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamers Pro. Wishing you guys an amazing day. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace, peace, peace.